Hey Kelly gang, what it do? So as you can tell from the title, we are going to be talking about the time I almost got jumped on a first date. Okay, let's get into it. Y'all, I cannot make this shit up. I can't. So, little backstory about this person that is in that. Okay, so backstory about the person that I was going on this date with. Okay, this first date was the beginning of our relationship. Okay. And we were together for a very long time. Very long time. Yeah, it was a freaking roller coaster. So let's get into it. All right, so let's start from the beginning. Take it back to the early 2000s. Yes, I said it, y'all. The early 2 motherfucking thousands. Okay, so I want to say it was either my freshman or sophomore year. And I know I went into school the end of 02, beginning of 03. So I was either a freshman or a sophomore when we went on this date. I can't remember, okay? I really can't remember. And a part of me wants to say a freshman, but I can't remember. Okay, so don't come for me, all right? So whole night started. Me and my homegirl, I'm just gonna say her name because we're cool, ain't no beef. My homegirl Letty, all right. She was a thicker Hispanic girl, super sweet. We were both in band together. Okay, shout out to her if she watches. What's up, boo? All right, miss you. She was super sweet, super nice. We got along great. Of course, we both came from strict families. So I got to hang out with her. We were going on a girls' night, movie night, all right? Parents dropped us off. I can't remember if it was my parents or her parents. I had been talking to the guy that I was meeting there. We had been talking for a little while. Yeah, so I told him, I was like, oh, if we go on a date, I'll buy your ticket. So I bought his ticket for him. Well, we went and got our tickets and then walked across the street to Taco Bell to get food. Y'all, I was so nervous because like I would never date, you know what I mean? And I really liked this guy a lot. I was like, oh my god, I like this guy so much. He seems like just like the perfect guy, you know, just the perfect guy that doesn't exist. But anyway, I was like, oh my god, I like this guy so much. I'm gonna do my best to just like, you know, make the night great for him. So I'm gonna I'll buy his ticket and then he can like get the popcorn or snacks or whatever. But that didn't happen because we ended up going to, I think it was Albertsons, right next to the movie theater, and getting that bag of candy that you used to be able to get. You used to be able to scoop a bag of candy and then they just weigh it at the register, and then we sneak that into the movies. That's what we used to do. But yeah, so I got that. We went to Taco Bell and I was getting food. I'll never forget this. I'm sorry, y'all. My hair is bothering me, so I'm gonna put it back in a pony. I'll never forget this. I got a Mexican pizza and a taco and a Sprite. And my homegirl didn't order anything. She's like, oh, I'm not hungry. I'm like, okay, girl, cool, because I'm nervous. You know how I get when I'm nervous, all right? My anxiety. This was before I knew what anxiety was and depression and everything else. So I was just biting my nails, fucking picking at my fingers, like, you know, all the nervous things I used to do back in the day. You know, we order our food, we sit down, I'm like, fuck. She's like, what, girl? I was like, I am so nervous. She's like, girl, why? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know, maybe it's because, like, I like this guy so much. Like, maybe it's because, like, we've been friends for a while, so I know that if we do end up dating, like, we'll probably never be able to be friends again. And that was one thing that I always prided myself on, being that ex-girlfriend you could be friends with, because I did date a little bit in middle school. And I was pretty much friends with all my exes. Number one, mainly because me and my exes didn't do the deed, okay? We didn't really get sexual or anything like that. And that's probably why I was able to keep the friendships with my exes like I was. I was only active with 3 serious relationships. And the 3rd relationship, I married him. So, you know. But anyway, side story. Sorry about that. But yeah, I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, I like this guy so much. Like, I hope, like, if we do date, like, it doesn't ruin our friendship, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. So me and her, we're sitting inside the Taco Bell. I'm like scarfing down my food. And like, I see him pull up and he gets out the car with his cousin. I'm like, oh my God, bitch, there he is. So I'm like, I scarf the food down and I throw away like half the pizza. I did eat the taco though. I did eat the taco, so that's something. They pull up and I'm like, oh shit. So, you know, I throw the food away and they come inside. And I'm like, oh, hi. You know, I can't remember if I walked up and gave him a hug or what, but they came in and sat down with us. And he was like, he kept looking over his shoulder like this. Kept looking through the windows like this, like looking in the parking lot and stuff where he literally just came from. I'm like, are you okay? Is someone following you? And of course, I said this is a fucking joke, y'all. I was like, is someone following you or something? Like, what the fuck, you know? And he was like, no, for real, someone's following me. I'm like, wait, are you for real? Sorry, I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Okay, don't come for me. All right, I gotta get my nails done. I was like, wait, for real? Like, I was just joking. He's like, no, for real. This chick is, like, following me. I'm like, oh. So, you know, my ass, my nervous part of his ass gets nervous. I'm like, oh, okay. And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck did I just get into? You know what I mean? So I guess he noticed their car because I don't know if the girl followed him from his neighborhood, but I think they went to school together or something like that, right? And he saw the car and he was like, oh shit. And he looks down. I'm like, what? He's like, this bitch followed me. I'm like, what do you mean the bitch followed you? What the fuck he just said? The bitch followed him. Y'all. So he broke it down to me really quick, like what happened. He's like, yo, this chick, she's had a crush on me forever. We went to school together. And she's not my type. I don't like her like that. He likes model types. Small, petite, less than 20% body fat. Okay, just putting that out there. He was like, yeah, she's had a crush on me for the longest. She keeps trying to like get me to hook up with her. Remember when I was on the phone with you the other day and I told you I was in the car with my brother? I'm like, yeah. He's like, she was one of the girls I was in the car with and she was like trying to impress me. I'm like, oh, I remember, because we would talk almost every day at this point. And whenever I got a chance to at night specifically, I would, hey, how's your day, blah, blah, blah. And he would be, oh, I'm just, winding down, chilling with my brother, the homies, we smoking a blunt, blah, 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 whatever. And this particular conversation he's talking about, he was like, oh, remember that day you called me and I was with my brother, this and that. I was like, yeah. He's like, well, I was with my brother and she was there with her homegirl or her sister and they were talking about, freaky stuff. And she tried to brag like, oh, I do this, I do that, I'm such a freak, this and that. And to some guys, that's a turn off. I'm just gonna keep it G. Like, real freaks don't have to speak on it. We just show it behind closed doors, okay? But anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, like he was like, yeah, I don't get why she would say that. It was such a turn off. She just kept saying all these sexual things that she's into and that she does. And I'm just like, if you're trying to get me to like you, that's not the way. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, but look, I'm gonna go. He's like, no. And after that, he was like, yeah, so I told her I was going to the Ontario Mills Mall. But he's like, I don't know if she went there and didn't see me or what, but we ended up going to the Merino Valley Mall. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, next thing I know, she pops up there. And in my head, I'm like, what? This bitch got a tracker on you? Does she know people everywhere you go? Like, what's the deal, And he's like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, but let me go outside and, like, get them to go away so we can, hang out and enjoy our night. I'm like, okay, cool. So he went out there with his cousin, and then me and my homegirl, Letty, were just sitting there. We're like, yeah, girl, she's telling me, she's like, girl, you sure you even want to go on this date anymore? I'm like, girl, I already bought the ticket. I'm here. Our parents or my mom or whoever's picking us up, they're not coming for like 3 hours. So no, like I'm going to go. I'm going to go see this movie. And if the date part doesn't work out, I'm going to give him his ticket so me and you could go see the movie. Like, I got my candy, got my soda. I'm ready to go. All right, I'm going to go see a movie, have some girl time, kick it, And she's like, all right, girl, whatever you want to do, I'm down whatever you want to do. I'm like, okay, cool. So, just sitting there. I'm just, nervously sipping my soda. Looking like this, looking out the window, like, trying to see if he's gonna give me like a hand signal or a thumbs up or anything, you know what I mean? So we're both kind of chatting, you know, girl talk, and then like I keep looking. So this is what he told me the conversation was. Mom, me and her are just, you know, blah, 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 girl talk, you know, and then checking on him and his cousin, making sure everything's okay. He's over there talking to them, like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you following me? Like, I'm kicking it, I'm about to go hang out. And I saw the girls that were following him. I'm going to insert a picture here of what they look like. Not exactly what they look like, you know what I mean? But their body structure, height, everything else. Long story short, y'all, if you have seen, if you've seen the movie, is that next Friday? Yeah. See the movie Next Friday? Baby D, the one girl that Dede supposedly got pregnant's cousin, she was like two of her put together in one. And there was two of them, two big girls, trying to get my dude at the time. Well, he wasn't my dude at the time, but you know. So yeah, he's like, yeah, I just told them, like, you know, what are you doing? Like, I'm trying to go hang out, I'm trying to kick it, like, we can kick it later. He's like, I'm not trying to kick it with you. And the girl, I'm not sure which girl, if it was the girl that liked him or the cousin, but they were like, oh, fuck them skinny young looking bitches, I'll go beat their ass right now, this and that, da 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 da. He's like, look, bitch, if you even put touch a hair on her or her friend, I'm gonna beat your ass myself. And that is one thing I will say about the guy I was talking the guy I was talking to at the time. Let's call him, I don't know what to call him. We'll call him Sag. All right, we'll call him Sag because he's a Sagittarius. All right. So Sag was like, look, bitch, if you touch my girl or her homegirl, I'm going to beat your ass myself. And I will give him this. He doesn't like bullying. Excuse me. I felt like I was going to sneeze. Okay. He doesn't like bullying, okay? Because he's been bullied most of his life, you know what I mean? So the older he gets and the more he realizes, like, okay, I'm built like this, I'm strong, I'm this, I'm that. I need to kind of protect the underdog a little bit, you know what I mean? So he made that very clear to her that if she or her cousin put hands on me or my friend, that there would be a problem. So I'm not sure what else he said to her, but they left, thank God. And we went into the movie. And it's just so funny because his cousin that he went with, he was like 13 or 14. And me and my homegirl were like 15, 16, feeling ourselves little high school youngins, you know what I mean? And then the guy, Sag, he was, I want to say 17. Yeah, he was like 17. So he had just graduated. So he was like 17, 18. No, he was 17, about to turn 18 that year. So, yeah, it was just crazy. Like, thinking back on it, I'm like, that day could have went so many ways. You know what I mean? Like, but anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. His little cousin was like, you know, little teeny bopper, like 13. He kept flirting with Letty, y'all. He was like, oh, so I know I don't live out here, but I have to get your number. You're so beautiful, this and that. He even tried to rub her booty, y'all. He tried to cop a feel, and he did. But I'll say this, he was respectful about it, okay? This was not the time of get consent for every move you make in a relationship or on a date. He, you know what I mean? Like, I can't remember if they were walking or he hugged her or something, but I saw the little feel. I saw his little hand slip on the couple of little booty. Okay, I seen it. I was like, you better get your cousin. He's like, oh, no, it's fine. He won't do anything. And it was funny because after, you know, we went to our little date, and y'all, the movie we went to see, guess what it was? I'm going to give you guys like 3 seconds to figure it out. It was an early 2000s movie. There's only one part. There may not be another one. A famous black family basically ran the show. Can you guess? it was white chicks. That was our first date. And of course, your girl was nervous, okay? You know, you watch the movie, kicking it, all that stuff. He was smelling good, I was smelling good. I don't remember if I wore makeup at this time of life. I'm just gonna be honest. Yeah, I don't think I did. I really don't think I did. But yeah, we had a little makeout sesh in the movie. It was cute. I was so nervous, you guys. I was so nervous. And thinking back on it, when we were kissing, like mid like makeout session, you know, like when you go from pecking to like mouth open part, my lip, I was so nervous. My lip was shaking, like, you know, not like that, but you know what I mean? Like when your nerves shake and you feel like your lip shake or your eye twitch, like my nerves were through the fucking roof. And this was before like any of my anxiety diagnosis, any depression stuff, just like anything. But yeah, y'all. But yeah, and then after the movie, I think that was it. My mom came to pick us up, and then I called him when I got home, and he was like, I'm so sorry. He's like, I can't believe, he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe that happened. He's like, please, I need you to believe me. I need you to know, like, I never mess with her. She's just been obsessed with me, and she just won't leave me alone. She, you know, been, like, stalking me, literally. Like, I keep telling her I'm going other places that I'm not going, and then she still ends up popping up where I am. He's like, I don't know what the fuck it is. He's like, but I appreciate you going on the date with me. I want you to know that whenever you're with me, I'll do everything I can to protect you. You'll never have to worry about anything, this and that. Like, you guys, he was being so sweet. Like, he was just saying all the right things, just melting my heart, just my guard just melting down with everything he was saying. Like, I was just like, really? You're gonna protect me? I don't have, what? Like, y'all, the girl I used to be, like, when I was in my young teen years, I was so, I need a drink on this. Okay, I need to take a drink. Okay. I was so naive, okay, and so, not, like, completely oblivious, you know what I mean? But your girl was very naive, okay? I was very sheltered, very naive. My father specifically would try to keep me in the sheltered bubble that was freaking ridiculous. He would be like really hard on me when he did not need to be. Like, I had so much anxiety. Like, I was like so scared. I was scared of him for a very long time growing up. Just because how tall he was not short, he's not small. His voice isn't small at all, you know what I mean? But anyway, sorry, I had to go off on a little tangent for a minute. But sorry, please excuse the mess behind me. I'm gonna try to blur the background or do something in this background. But yeah, y'all, I was just like, what? You're gonna protect me? I don't have to worry? You mean like, wait, so my crazy ass, I'm like, wait, in my head, of course, I say this. I'm like, wait, so when I go out, I don't have to be on like high alert, like looking around all the time, like, you know, making sure like nobody's like watching me or stalking me or like anything crazy. I'm like, what? And it was funny because like he really, I'm sorry, my chair, hold on. All right, sorry, I had to get situated. This chair was just really bothering me. But excuse me. Yeah, y'all, like I felt it was crazy to feel, excuse me, like ever since then in that relationship, like from, yeah, I'm gonna just admit it. Basically from the first date, this man made me feel safe. He made me feel very secure. He checked all the boxes, you know what I mean? Like he was a great guy. He was a great guy. And looking back on it, I'm gonna tell y'all some stories about this relationship because it was a lot. You know, we started dating young, literally right out of high school, 20s, and it was just a roller coaster ride I was not prepared for, okay? I was not ready. Your girl was not ready at all, okay? I was not ready, but yeah, so that's the story about how I almost got beat up on a first date, okay? And the crazy part about it is, I didn't know this chick. I've never seen this chick, met this chick, don't know this chick. This chick's never met me, like none of that. Like, where's the beef coming from, boo? Like, I'm sorry, this is bothering me back. Okay, there we go. I don't know what to say or what to do. Like, looking back on it, I'm so happy that he was how he was and he did the things that he did, because like, if I was me the way I am now back then, the cops would have gone called. Like, it would have been a whole fucking scene. It would have been a whole scene. But you know what? That's okay, because everything happens for a reason, number one. Okay. Number two, I am not the type to call the police. Like, honestly, I've called the police maybe 2 times my entire life. And that was only because I was in a situation where I had no control. I felt unsafe. I felt unsafe. Like, I barely had my phone because that was what I ran outside to get. But I'll tell that story on another day, because I just thought about that as a story. I can't believe that. But yeah, so that was the story of how I almost got beat up on my first date. Yeah, I can't believe that. Like, what are the odds of that happening, guys? Let's be real. Okay, let's dial it back, sit back and think. Like, what are the odds of you almost getting beat up on your first date? Of all dates, the first one. The first one! The one where you're like, okay, we're friends. I like you, you like me. We vibe together. The connection feels amazing. Not even on no sexual shit, just like chemistry and sparks, and we both like a lot of the same things. That was the first date for the rest of the relationship. You know what I mean? Like, the first date really set the tone. And let me say, that first date set the tone. This relationship was a lot. Like the first date, there was fighting. It was nerve-wracking. There was emotions. Other people were involved. Like the first date. Like, that's crazy to think about. To think about that for a quick second, you guys. I'm sorry I'm going off on a tangent, but I need to get this out and get, like, really let this sink in, please. Has your first date set the tone for the relationship? Was your first date with whoever you're dating, or like whatever, was it fun? Was it easy? Was it smooth? Or was it drama? Was it stressful? Was it anxiety triggering? Think about that. Think about that when it comes to first dates. I really need y'all to think about that, because looking back on it, that date and the day set the tone for our entire relationship. Oh my God, this glare. The glare be See, this looks so cute, but the glare is killing. The glare is killing. But yeah, so that was my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry I kept going off on tangents, but I feel like the tangents were kind of connected to the story. You know what I mean? But I hope you guys stay safe and blessed, Cali gang. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification so notified when I post. This is Vlogmas day 6 for me. I know I'm behind a day, but sorry, just a lot going on, trying to keep up. Gonna be moving soon, so I gotta start going through my things again. It's that time of year. Change is coming. Oh yeah, I'm gonna dye my hair soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm super nervous. I'm nervous. I love you guys.